Girlfriend, have you ever wondered how to love yourself and be more confident? Well, I am here to share that with you in today's video. Hi there, my name is Ingafay and I'm a direct sales diva and coach. And in today's video, I wanted to share first the number one secret of loving yourself. It may not be what you think, but I think you're going to really love it. The second thing I wanted to share is the number one secret to build confidence. It's something that you can do immediately. All you have to do is act now. And last but definitely not least, girl, I want to share some strategies on how to build your confidence so it's constantly ongoing and just getting bigger and better every day in every way. Let's do this, shall we? The number one secret to loving yourself, girlfriend, is self-awareness. You want to know who you are, what you stand for, what is important to you, what do you have a passion about, what you are. That could be your profession, your religious background, it could be your gender or your sexual preference. The number one secret to loving yourself is self-awareness. So I wanted to ask you a quick question, girlfriend. What is it that you would love to do that you could do all day? Now, I know personally for me, I feel like I could dance all day. I have danced all of my life. I've never taken a professional dance class, but I am definitely one of those people that if there was a line dance to learn, I would definitely be one to learn it. I can think of many a times going to different events with my husband and somebody doing some kind of line dance that I have not seen before and being able to get it before the song is over, because I'm just naturally a dancer and have always been that way. You want to engage in activities that definitely bring you joy. So that when you engage in activities that bring you joy, that's going to lead you to actually loving yourself, which is why I know I've always loved to dance. Another thing that I've loved to do is work out. I've been working out since I was probably like 12 or 13 downstairs in the den with my mom. Now, I can remember times when we used to do Jane Fonda and Jane Kennedy videos downstairs, just the two of us. And it was just so much fun to me. And again, it was one of those things that kind of helped me evolve into an aerobic instructor that I did for over 20 years. And the reason that I did that is because I love to do it. I loved the way working out made me feel. I knew that it was something that I excelled at. So I did it because it was just fun for me to do. So that is one thing that can help you, is to do things that you love, that will cause you to love yourself. Who are you? You are a woman that blessed with many talents and attributes that many people wish they had but don't for whatever reason. So take pride in your appearance and make it a point to accentuate all of your God-given positives. You don't have to look like Susie Q. Do your own thing. And that's why I called this channel Do You Boo, to help everyone feel great in the skin that they're in, regardless of their body type or their hair color or their skin color, that they feel wonderful where they are. When you do those type of things, that means you're going to accentuate your true attributes by getting a haircut or buying clothing that accentuates your positives, whatever they may be. You're avoiding trendy type of fashion because maybe that doesn't look good on you. And if it does look good on you, then rock it out, girlfriend. But do whatever looks good on you. You want to do you, boo. I'm a firm believer, and I'm sure that you've heard this adage before, that when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you can do more. I make it a point to do this, and I encourage you to do this, because when you do, you are going to truly love yourself. I can remember I was looking at an article online of a dancer that didn't have arms. But the beautiful thing about it was that you could tell by her body language and her big contagious smile that she was very confident in what she was doing, and she had no arms. And I just thought it was so beautiful. Her beauty radiated from her, even without arms. Now, I'm sure some people would have seen that and been down because they didn't have arms, but it was like she didn't even care because she just rocked what she had anyway. And that's what you want to do as well. Just to accentuate your God-given positives, that although she didn't have arms, she had a personality and a persona about her that made you just go, wow. And you can do that too. Now, I would love for you to comment below and let me know which one of these things that you are going to implement in your day-to-day activities. Are you going to start buying clothes that accentuate your positives? Are you going to go get a haircut or maybe find skincare regimen or beauty routine that really accentuates all of your positives? Comment below. I would really love to hear what you're going to do now, because that's where the transformation starts. It starts in the action. So you got to take action to see the transformation. The next thing I wanted to share with you is a secret that will help you build confidence. And I got this from a book that I just thought was phenomenal that I wanted to share with you. And it's the importance to create and not compare. Oftentimes we have a tendency to compare our weaknesses to other people's strengths. And I want to give you permission to be who you want to be without trying to compare yourself, and to be happy doing it. Do you know that you are completely in control of your destiny? So regardless of if Susie Q can do something better than you, you have attributes, you have strengths that are different from Susie Q. So I want you to really find out or connect with those strengths that you do have and amplify those strengths to create a life that you deserve and desire. We create based on our thoughts and actions. So I want to belief in you to let you know that whatever your dream or goals are, that you can achieve them through the right thoughts and actions. We have to be true to ourselves and do the things that we are passionate about and really are close to our heart. And everybody's dreams and aspirations are different. Yours don't have to be like somebody else's, because we all came for a different purpose and different skills to align with that purpose. So walk your purpose out. I really want you to make it a point to do things that bring you joy, and then accept the imperfections that we have and be okay with them, because none of us are perfect. We all have imperfections. We can create a life with a positive outcome when we create and not compare ourselves to other people. When we actually create and use the God-given attributes and passions that we were given and that we were meant to do, we can create things a whole lot differently than our counterparts, because they weren't given those same dreams and passions that we were. Just know, when you actually compare yourself to someone, it actually blocks your flow. I can think of a time when I was given an idea about a course, and it was heavy on me, really strong, and it just came in like a flood. And it wasn't something that any of my family members or friends had anything or any knowledge about. So it's completely a gift, my personal gift, Inga's gift. And I really made it a point to expound on that gift and not worry that because my friends and family wasn't doing it, that it was still okay, because it was something that I was passionate about. You want to have that same thing with your type of ideas and creations as well, because when you compare, it repels that creativity. You're not able to create the things that you were meant to create because you're trying to compare your weaknesses to someone else's strengths. And what they're doing does not necessarily mean that you have to do what they're doing. Just make sure that you're following your heart and you're doing the things that bring you so much joy. When you don't do things that bring you joy, you have negativity that happens. And negativity also is something that stifles your creativity. So you want to create an environment that is positive and conducive to the creative works that you have, and just do it. One of the things that I have noticed that has been a benefit from the pandemic is that it's allowed people to spend more time by themselves, to really be able to think and be able to create and not look at the other person to see what they're doing, to know if they're doing it right. Because in actuality, when you're creating, you're just given that first step to create, and the next step is given to you, which may not be the same step that's given to someone else. So it's very imperative that you just walk it out and do the things that you feel like you need to do and walk out your dream. I can think of another time where I wanted to do a class centered around mascara, and I knew that my other counterparts have never done that, but I just felt in my spirit it was something that was really missing and people really wanted more information about, because mascara is one of those things anybody can wear, whether they're a beauty enthusiast or a novice. They're pretty much going to indulge in mascara if they don't wear lashes. So I really made it a point to focus in on that, and I'm so glad I did instead of wish I had, because now I have a tribe of women that are all about making sure they have the appropriate mascara, their lash vision that they have for themselves, that they're truly able to maximize their true lash potential as a result of me creating a challenge that allows them to do that. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I followed the other folks that were around me that were doing different things. I felt it in my heart, and then I walked it out as well. So you can do this too. The same thing. Don't worry about if Susie Q or Billy Bob are doing it. You don't have to do it because they are doing it. You're doing it because it's very strong in your heart. You have a passion for it, and you really want to walk it out and see how it goes. And you can do this. If I haven't told you that yet, you can. One of the reasons that you don't want to compare is because when you compare yourself to others, it creates a negative type of environment, an environment that's very tense. It leaves you unsure. It makes you think that you have limited resources. You're comparing your weakness to someone else's strength. However, when you create, it's more of a relaxed and inspired type of environment where it's unlimited, it's very positive and nurturing. And the only competition that you have is being the better version of yourself. Now, how phenomenal is that? So when you're creating, you're competing with yourself. Unlike when you compare yourself to someone else, you're comparing yourself with another person. When you create, you're just working to be your better self. So you want to definitely create more so than compare. Now, before I go over the strategies that help you build confidence daily, I want to remind you to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss a beat, and you'll get a video from us every Tuesday. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the new videos. Okay, so now let's talk about some strategies that you can use that will help you build your confidence daily. One of the things that I have learned in my entrepreneur journey is that oftentimes there are things that I do that I have no experience in. And because I have no experience in them, I do it afraid. I can remember when I actually had to do a summit of 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs. I had never done anything like this before. I had never talked to many of these people. I had never met them, and was very intimidated, especially by one particular person that happened to be a veteran in the direct sales and network marketing space. But what did I do? How did I overcome my fear? I did it afraid. I was nervous the whole time, but I knew I had to do that to overcome my fear and to move up to the next level, because the way that we grow into the person that we're destined to become is to be comfortable in the uncomfortable positions that we put ourselves in. Just think about when you're in kindergarten, you learn your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s. Now, if we never challenged ourselves to go to first grade where we learn how to read and write, we would still be saying our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. We constantly challenge ourselves when we're in school. And we want to continue to do that even when we're out of school as adults, to constantly move ourselves to the best version of ourselves. So the first thing I would want to tell you that you want to do on a normal basis is to take imperfect action and to do it afraid. The second thing I wanted to share with you is a story about when I was growing up. I was always a tomboy. Didn't wear any makeup, just a tomboy, girl jock. Really wasn't interested in wearing dresses or makeup or anything girly at all. So when I started with my direct sales company, it was really my way of stepping out and being more girly. something that I had never been. I had some of the people that I grew up with that were very shocked that I was even selling cosmetics because they knew me as a tomboy. So I wanted to step out and be a different version of myself. So I had to do something different to get something different. So that's when I started playing with makeup. And I remember I had these different makeup looks that I would do for a whole month until I mastered the look, until I was able to do it myself. Those are the type of things that you want to do. Again, like I had mentioned, to be uncomfortable, doing the things that are uncomfortable to do so you can reach that next level. Because your comfort zone is not going to help you grow into that person you're destined to become. It's just like you learning your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s in kindergarten and still knowing your ABCs and 1, 2, 3s in the 12th grade. No, you have to grow well beyond that. So you have to continuously challenge yourself when it comes to trying different and new things that are going to help you evolve into that person that you're destined to become and gain more confidence. Because as you put yourself in those uncomfortable type of situations, you'll be able to trust yourself more, because that's what confidence is being the ability to trust oneself, to know that you'll be able to do it. And unless you put yourself in that type of situation, that trust is not built. You want to build that trust muscle within yourself to know, well, I don't know how to do this, but I know that I was able to learn that makeup look after I did it over numerous times. So if I can learn this makeup look, this one's a little bit trickier, I'm going to learn the next one too, and so on and so forth. So the same thing works. And a third strategy I wanted to give you as far as building your confidence is to learn something new every day. I make it a point to do some kind of training each day that, again, it's expanding me out of my comfort zone. I can think of when I was actually working on my email list and working on a way that I could actually allow people to subscribe from different topics that I was talking about, more so than from my list. I was able to do that because I made it a point to go out and find that information. We can't say we don't know anything these days, because we can always Google what we need to find out. So make sure you're taking advantage of that, and do that on a regular basis, is to learn something new every day so you can continuously be learning. So just to recap those 3 strategies that I shared with you about building your confidence daily, it would be to do it afraid, to try something completely outside of your comfort zone, and do something new every day that you're training yourself. Another thing that I noticed that I did not share with you all is do it afraid, expand your knowledge daily, and then last but definitely not least would be to be grateful. You want to be grateful for your small wins, and we all have small wins daily, and we want to recognize them. Whether it was that you tried the makeup look that you hadn't tried before, or you found some information out that you didn't know how to do and you were able to implement that skill immediately, or if you made the necessary calls that you needed to make and that was the first time that you did it. We want to celebrate the things that we're already doing as we grow into that person. So we know that we are making those small wins are just our little mini steps to success to reach that ultimate goal that we're working towards. So make sure that you're celebrating your small wins. Perfection is not required. It's just the effort that you put in to help you get to the next level. That's what's important. So it's okay if you fail, because actually failure is going to help you succeed better, because then you're actually learning. When we're successful, we don't learn anything. But when we fail, that is the true learning process. So if for whatever reason you're not consistent, say you do it for 2 or 3 days and you stop, it's okay. Just start again and continuously work to get better than what you were before and build that trust in yourself. Girlfriend, if you are stuck loving yourself and building your confidence, I would love to have you join our virtual beauty experience. Click the link in the description below for details. As always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.